Hello and welcome to my F1 24 driver career mode here today for part 65 for the Portuguese Grand Prix, the penultimate round of the 2027 Formula 1 season. We come into qualifying now, the end of our first running down that long right angle of the final corner, up to the line down the long pit straight, and that first lap's going to put us P6. We went again in the same set of tyres, and we've gone fastest in the first two sectors, and we've been held up slightly by Lewis Hamilton, but he's going to give us a lovely toe hold down the pit straight, up to the line, across it, and that's going to be provisional pole position. We dropped to P2, and on our last run we couldn't improve on our time, even though we went fast in the first sector, and we're going to start P2. So this is the grid then ahead of the Grand Prix. Lando Norris is on pole and we are alongside him. Then it's Max and Piastri, Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, George Russell and Fernando Alonso, Albon and Gasly round out the top 10. Then it's Ricciardo and Lewis Hamilton, Ocon and Vesti, Behrman and Joe, Stroll and Nico Hulkenberg, and on the final row of the grid is Sergio Perez and Yuki Tsunoda, both of them taking penalties. So as the cars make their way onto the grid then at the end of the formation lap, can we get the lead into turn 1 off of Lando? Can he win this race? Possibly a big swing in the championship. We are closing in on those Aston Martins. What will happen though as the grid completes being formed and the fire red lights come on here for the Grand Prix? It's lights out everywhere we go, and we've got a lot of wheels going off the line. We're going to be mugged here. We've lost loads of places. Max is up. We've lost out to Piastri and Leclerc as they're going wheel to wheel now into the corner. Lando leads, Max P2, Leclerc's on the outside. That's going to switch to the inside as Piastri is trying to go around the outside. They're both side by side still. Piastri gets his nose ahead, and we're going to go for the lunge back down the inside, get both of them and move up a place. We've nearly dropped the back end though. Piastri now, can he get ahead of Leclerc? He's got a good exit. Leclerc's trying to keep it pinned around the outside, but eventually he has to give up and gets past. There does Piastri, and this is up front. This is Max Verstappen hunting down Lando Norris. Is getting closer and closer to him. He's going to go to the outside and now trying to go round the outside at turn 1. Can he get the job done? Yes he can. It's a great move by Max there as we are closed back in on this pack. We pulled away from Piastri behind and the Ferrari of Leclerc, and now we're back on it. Our poor start, we recovered fairly quickly but not enough, as this is Lando now up down the pit straight, looking to get the lead back of the Grand Prix. He's going to do what Max did to him and go round the outside. Max been pinched to the inside, and now we're trying to find a way through on the Red Bull. We're a little bit too far back to go down the inside at turn 2, but now it's just going to be getting a good exit here. Can possibly we have a go, but we're absolutely miles back from the Red Bull. But we're going to go for it anyway. It's the absolute lunge of the century, and we catch Max sleeping, and we're up into P2 and back up into P2 where we started. The top 3 is now in the same order as where we started. Can we get down the road now after Lando Norris? We're getting closer and closer to him, heading down the pit straight. We have the DRS. We're going to go to the inside, and we're going to take the lead of the Portuguese Grand Prix. It took a little longer than I would have liked, lap 9, but we found ourselves in the lead once more as we continue to try and keep this winning streak going. At the end of lap 14, we boxed to make our one and only stop of the day. We did just about keep Lando at jabbing distance. We just couldn't break the DRS, but we couldn't get close enough to have a go. But now though, as the tyres go off, it's going to be slow. It's a very slow stop by us on the rear left, as Mark says, and we've lost out to Lando and Max, at least Max at least. Lando's still going, but possibly we've lost out to Lando.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a
And
penalty
now
for
look,
dangerous
here
driving
is
if you
right
cross onto the
behind
track.
us, Carlos Sainz in the
Okay, mate,
Aston
I'm afraid we
Martin,
didn't quite get
our
what we needed there,
championship
but let's not
rival.
worry about it. Get
We
your
were
head down
nowhere
now,
near
chin up,
him,
and let's
but
focus
we've gone
right
deep,
to
we've
the
gone
checkered
deep
flag.
there at turn 2. On the cold tyres, Sainz now is hunting us down as we go down the pit straight. It's a crucial move for Sainz this, if he can get us, though we didn't really want to be anywhere near him. He's going to go to the inside of us though, to the inside. We've cut him off, probably a bit over the top that one, but we'll get past Sainz as we try and get back down the road after Lando and Max and try and get the lead back. As this is Sergio Perez, the other Red Bull, he took a penalty coming into this race, so maybe he had an engine issue, but it looks like that engine issue might have happened again, and he is out of the Grand Prix. As now we are slowly hunting down these two, fighting for the lead, as Max retakes the lead of the Grand Prix round the outside of Lando at turn 1. But Lando's not having any of it, as Max is pulled slightly out. He's getting closer and closer. Is Lando here? Is he going to be close enough to have a go into turn 1? Yes, he is. He's alongside Max, but he's pinched himself to the inside, and he's had to back out of that one. And now we're slow, and we're going to do him down the inside at turn 2. Lando's going to try and hold it round the outside, but he can't. And we're up back into P2. Now can we get down the road after Max? Yes, we can. Lando's dropped back miles. Can we get the Red Bull here and retake the lead of the Grand Prix and undo the pit stop error? Yes, we can. We retake the lead of the Grand Prix on lap 24. 9 to go. Can we keep the lead here and get away? Lap 30, that's exactly what we were doing. We couldn't break the DRS, but we were just using the battery at the right points at the time, so Max couldn't get close enough to have a go. But this is how close he's got, and he's going to go to the inside. He's briefly ahead. We're going to hang it around the outside. Can we get the exit and keep him behind? Yes, we can. We keep the lead of the Grand Prix. That's the closest Max has got in a long time in this race, as this is Oscar Piastri in the other Red Bull pulling over to retire. So whilst the two teammates of Lando and Max are pushing and fighting at the front, the other two are out of the race, and we're going to skip on then to the final lap of this Grand Prix. We held off Max, we held off Lando, we come up to the line to win the Portuguese Grand Prix.
That's number 6. Congratulations on a well-deserved winning streak.
It's a performance that our Portuguese Grand Prix winners can be justifiably proud of, and I'm sure there'll be celebrations tonight.
Another great victory to add to the list. Cool, calm and consistent does it.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
So that's been the Portuguese Grand Prix. We win 6 in a row now, including the sprints, 4 in a row in the Grand Prix format. We also got the fastest lap as well, so it's maximum points this weekend for us. Max is P2, Lando P3. They just couldn't get close enough to have a go. We were just using the battery, and that was just about keeping us ahead down the long pit straight. George comes home for P4, and Sainz rounds out the top 5. And then down at the back there was those 2 retirements. Perez retiring, Piastri classified but also retired late on, so Joe was the final finisher of the Grand Prix today. Going into the final race of the season, we lead the World Drivers' Championship. We've finally caught and passed Carlos Sainz. We have a 4-point lead over the Aston Martin and a 13-point lead over Fernando Alonso. And after the likes of Silverstone when we retired, Hungary as well when we had that really bad race and we only got a point, I thought the championship was done. The upgrade we brought to the Belgium and the Italian Grand Prix, we've been unstoppable. Down at the back there's still a lot of drivers still yet to score, and Vesti is still bottom of the championship with one more race to try it and get a point. So the constructors then is all wrapped up. Aston Martin won that a couple of races ago, so we're nailed on P2 in the constructors, so the battle is behind us. And then there's still, but Haas and Sauber are still pointless. So that's been your Portuguese Grand Prix. Great race for us, but most importantly we lead the championship going into the final race of the season under the lights of Las Vegas. We will crown a new world champion. It's a title decider we all wanted. Will it be our first world championship or Sainz's first world championship, or will Fernando Alonso finally get his third world title? Come back to find out how it ends in Vegas. Goodbye.